What's going on, guys? Bit chilly out here today, but got a decent view. Thought I'd bring the camera out here and record rather than having you look at my ugly mug while I ramble. Thanks for hitting that play button, by the way. Listening to me freeze my butt off. At least it's a clear day. Hasn't been for a good few days here. Who knows? Maybe I'll stick around until the sun goes down, but I doubt I'll ramble on that long. Anybody ever seen the movie, shouldn't say the movie, the TV show, I think it was on HBO, Chernobyl? It's been a while since I've seen it, but seen a little clip from it not too long ago. It's talking about the cost of lies. Found that to be kind of relevant in a lot of ways. I guess you could say regardless of how you see what's happening or what actually is all happening over these past couple of years. Doesn't really matter what you think, does it? Things are still happening. Yeah, if I think about it, I'll link that little segment to the description below. I recommend checking it out. It's just a short clip.
To be a scientist is to be naive. We are so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it. But it is always there, whether we see it or not, whether we choose to or not. The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments, our ideologies, our religions. It will lie in wait for all time. And this, at last, is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies? It's not that we'll mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all. What can we do then? What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories? In these stories, it doesn't matter who the heroes are. All we want to know is who is to blame.
Just something to think about. Wind's picking up a little bit. It's a cold breeze too. Now I see why. 16 degrees. Feels like 4 with the wind. I believe them. I'm dressed up a little bit, but I didn't get too crazy because, not gonna lie, I don't really plan on being out here that long. And while I am sitting here freezing, I'll grab me a smoke. Hope you don't mind. Came out here with a couple of topics, just in case Truthfully, instead, guess I don't have a whole lot to talk about. What is there to really talk about? Almost too much to narrow down. Guess it depends on what you're paying attention to, or who you pay attention to, or what world you're living in. Kind of how it is, isn't it? We all just kind of live in our own little world. Perceive it however we do. I don't know. Peaceful out here. Quiet. Aside from the four-wheeler I can hear in the background anyway. Least he could do is come out here and give us a show, right? Sorry, I was kind of hoping somebody would show up there, but to get to the cost of lies. Funny how they tell you that the truth is right there. It's always there. They just don't want you to know it. I don't know, there's a lot to be said about a lot of things in movies. I know they're fiction, but they do put a lot of truth in them. You know, one thing that actually comes to my mind is the movie Thor. He talks about what we call magic, or what we used to call magic, now call science. Where he comes from, it's one and the same. I'm trying to think of the other movie. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, that's what it's called. Nicolas Cage, can't remember the other guy's name at the moment. Part in there where they're talking about alchemy and chemistry. Really no difference. But they're sure looked at differently depending on how you see history or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot to be said about science, magic. I think a lot of people are starting to see that today. More and more anyway. Some just faster than others. I guess that's part of what I was trying to do with my channel, is try to start waking up some that aren't. A lot of people say that's impossible to do. Maybe it is, I don't know. Gotta try at least, right? Isn't that the purpose? Not that I want to get all religious, but you know, they say that spreading the word of Jesus is a good way to help clear your path, right? If you believe, you convince others to believe. I suppose that could help your cause in the end. It's not going to save you. I don't think I need to get into all of that. But same could be said with waking people up, I suppose. If I can help one person start to see this world, I don't like saying for what it is, but more for what it isn't. Because I can't sit here and tell you what it is. I can speculate all day long. I can't prove it. I just give you my perception, which I try not to do too much, because I'm not trying to press that. I'm just trying to make you ask more questions and maybe make you look around a little more. While I'm thinking about it, I added, I think 6 videos to my recommended playlist. In case you haven't seen, I have a couple of channels that are linked to mine. The first one being Road Trip Rusty, that's my other channel. The second one being Great Lakes Explorer. He's a buddy of mine. He actually was the one that sent me these videos, and while I'm not going to say they necessarily taught me a whole lot that I didn't already know, I think they were very well done, well put together. If you're the type of person that hasn't been looking into what this world is and how we are manipulated, so to speak, then I highly recommend you check them out. Part of me wants to do videos like those, but I know I can't put anything together even remotely as well as a lot of people already have. Take the videos that I'm referring to now. There's, again, I think there's only 7 videos in my playlist right now, because I kind of try to update it once in a while to keep something new in there. Hopefully those will help somebody. Sun's getting a little lower. I'm not overly freezing yet. Maybe I'll stick around a little longer, and maybe my battery will last long enough. Still got a decent view. Sorry, had to look real quick. Could use a little fire right here next to me. Not exactly in a good spot for that. Real quick, for those of you that didn't turn the volume down just to enjoy the view, and you're actually listening to what I'm saying, thank you. Thank you for pressing that play button and hanging out. Kind of surprised the lake is as quiet as it is. If it wasn't for these two shanties close by, I'd have a pretty clear view. And there's lots of lakes around my area. Maybe I'll try to do something like this a little more often. Although preferably I'll pick a warmer night. Sorry if I'm being a little too quiet. Sometimes it's nice to just sit down, relax, and enjoy the view. In fact, let's give you a little bit. And as you can see, it's actually a pretty nice, clear day. How's that? Yeah, let's get her back toward the sun there. Get my glove back on. Yeah, here we go. Somehow let's get you looking up a little more. Not too bad. Sun's starting to crest. She's on her way down. You want me to send her that? Sorry, I don't have a better camera to zoom in on that for you. Can't say I'm complaining too much. But I'm not gonna lie. I've been out here about long enough, it's cool enough that about the time that sun goes down, I'm gonna pack up. Sorry I didn't have anything more exciting to talk about. Once again, I'm kind of still contemplating on just how in depth I want to get on my channel. For now, I think I just kind of want to keep things simple. But I hope people are paying attention. And I hope people are ready. Mentally, especially. Almost too bad there aren't a couple of clouds in the sky to get a little of the reflection. Gonna be a pretty night though. Alright guys, think I'm gonna call that a night. Got a decent little sunset in, and I can't say I'd blame you if you did turn the volume down and just play a little music and watch that video. And again, thanks to those that didn't. As usual, guys, I hope you're all doing well. And I hope you have a good night.